Hey everybody, Nurse One here. Welcome, welcome. I hope everybody's doing well. Before we get started, I just want to say if there is any interruptions, the last two shows have gone off without a hitch, so hopefully that continues. But if we have any interruptions, I will get back on as soon as I possibly can. So please just be patient and watch for that, and hopefully we'll have no issues there at all. Okay, so that being said, okay, leave it for now then. Uh, I want you to check it probably 45 minutes and just see where it's at then. All right, thank you, sweetie. We're checking the solar, seeing where it's at, but right now we're good. So anyway, I want to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel, and so please keep the comments clean. Please be decent. We already got somebody already, I think that. No, I think so. Anyway, so if you don't, my awesome moderators will boot you out of here. So, what is it? Somebody's repeating the same thing here. So hold on a second. I got to see what. JJ, would you take care of that? If that person, give them the boot. So anyway, we just be decent. There's no reason to be nasty and do stupid stuff. Okay, so this person keeps doing the same thing. We're gonna. If you guys, thank you guys. I appreciate you. Get rid of him. Thank you very much. Everybody wants to blame somebody else. Nobody ever wants to take personal responsibility. It's always somebody else's fault. And of course, who is the most convenient and easy target? Well, of course, it's the president. Everybody wants to blame the president. This is not his fault, guys. This one you can't blame on him. Okay, so it's silliness. Anyway, before we get going here, like I said, I just wanted a lot of crazy stuff going on. I want to talk about one thing to start out with. We're going to get into that, and then we're going to talk about a bunch of other stuff. But I know we already got like 1,100 people in the chat, and we are at 333 thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so. Just show support for the channel, and thank you ahead of time for that. I appreciate that. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get all notifications as well. And thank you for doing that as well. I appreciate the support. So here's the thing that I wanted to say before anything else. So we had all these people, unprepared people, right? Running around like chickens with their head cut off here the last week or 10 days. Buying all kinds of supplies, right? It's been happening all over the place. These are the very unprepared people that now maybe can go 3 weeks, maybe a month if they're fortunate, right? This came out of the government today. The U.S., the virus plan, all right, they believe that it's going to be 18 months. This is their game plan. It's going to be the pandemic and widespread shortages. That's what they're talking about. So they're preparing for this thing to be 18 months with peaks and valleys in this. So there'll be times when things are settling down, and then they're going to have more peaks again as more cases happen again. But now the important thing to remember of what they said here, widespread shortages, okay? If the farmers can't get their crops in the field, if they can't get the supplies in, everything that's going on is really a huge indication that there's going to be a lot of shortages of a lot of things. So what happens with that with the unprepared, right? A lot of you guys that are watching my channel have been watching for a while, are preppers and off-gridders, and this is what we do. We prepare because we prepare for any contingency that's going to happen. I've had people tell me they're good for 6 to 8 months, some longer, whatever the case may be, which is absolutely fantastic. I think that's great. Okay. The more you can be prepared, the better peace of mind that you're going to have. I want to remind everybody, if it gets to a point where the government is doing food distribution, I don't care if you are prepped or not, get out there and get whatever you can get from the government at that time to help you with this situation. I want to remind people that it's really, really important, because you don't want to have, you got your caches of food and you have things that you're using. Number one, you don't want your neighbors going, well, how come Charlie and Sarah aren't going out to get the free food distribution like everybody else? Don't put that thought in their heads, okay? Be like everybody else. Stay low key. Go get help like everybody else is getting help, and do what you have to do to survive. Very, very scary stuff. Don't underestimate Oh, hold on a second. I want to read that comment real quick. Hold on a second, guys. Somebody said, "Don't underestimate communism ability to ruin existing systems." Oh, they have the ability to absolutely ruin the system. You know, so there's lots of rumors going around. Okay, lots of crazy rumors that again, this is the psych op. This is all fake. A lot of channels are pushing that agenda. Okay, and so people are saying, well, who do you know? This somebody that has the coronavirus. I'm going to tell you a story right now, and this is my neighbor Richard, who came over today and helped me with. He was using the tractor, okay, to move the dirt around today because we're getting ready to build the building this weekend for the battery room. So his brother, who lives in Sarasota Springs, this is now in quarantine, and you're going to love the reason why. His brother's in quarantine because the grandchild of the brother, the babysitter, tested positive for the coronavirus. Okay, so now they are in voluntary isolation for the next 2 weeks. The grandfather is and their whole family because the babysitter tested positive. It's happening, guys. It's starting to snowball. It really, really is, and it's kind of scary if you really want to think about it. It's very, very scary. They are not. The hospitals are not ready for this. There's not enough medical staff for this. They're not ready. Okay, they're just not ready for what is coming, and I think people need to really look at. I'm going to give you another example of something, and I just saw this today. Okay, Delta cuts 70% of their flights. Okay, and more than 10,000 employees are taking unpaid leave. Now, I want you to think about that. Let that sink in for a second. So that's one airline. Okay, not all the airlines. We're talking about one airline. So Delta has cut 70% of their flights. More than 10,000 employees have voluntarily taking unemployed leave. A lot of those people are living paycheck to paycheck like everybody else. Okay, a lot of those people are counting on that job to have. That's just more than 10,000 people from one business. You have 60 plus major retailers are temporary closing. Okay, so you have 60 plus major retailers are temporary closing. How many people are going to be out of jobs there? Okay, we're talking a tremendous amount of people that are not going to have work for right now. That's frightening. I mean, that's just the economy. We're in for a lot of trouble. Okay, the stock market today. Let's talk about that real quick. Stock market was down 1,338 points, 0.46, or 6.3%. Now, I know yesterday was a bounce back day, but again, today, what happened to all those bounce back? It's all gone again. This is affecting everything. The New York Stock Exchange. 2 people on the New York Stock Exchange tested positive for the virus. So now they're closing the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Unprecedented things are happening all over the world, all over this country. I have never in my lifetime seen anything like this before. There is major issues going on, guys. Major issues. Scary stuff. And so, we need to pay attention. We really, truly do need to pay attention. Guys, I see we're up to 2.3 thousand in the chat. We're at 761 on the thumbs up. If you haven't shot that thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I absolutely would appreciate that. And thank you for that ahead of time. So I wanted to bring this up because I think this is the one that's really important. We're like 2 weeks behind on Italy. Okay, so let's do the U.S. numbers first. Right now, we have 9,212 people with the virus. Now, that's not even beginning to be accurate because they still are not up to snuff on testing, okay? We have 150 dead people already. We have 106 people recovered. That's not the way China's numbers are. That's not correlating correctly with what China's are, right? That's interesting. In New York alone, we have 2,481 cases in New York alone. Hey, Scarlet Rose, thank you very much for that donation. I do appreciate that. Thank you. We have 16 people have died in New York. 1 person recovered. So we got almost 2,500 people in New York alone that have the virus, okay? These numbers are going to go right absolutely through the roof as soon as they really amp up testing, I believe. There is a lot of people out there right now walking around spreading this virus all over the place. We had the first person in Rochester, New York, in Monroe County, died. It was a janitor that worked at one of the hospitals. He had been hired like 3 weeks previously, very healthy 54-year-old man, and now he's dead. Okay. This is scary stuff. A lot of scary stuff going on. Okay. I know I'm going to bounce a little bit today, guys. Okay. I just want to let you know I am going to bounce around here because there's a lot of information going on. A lot of things are happening. I want you to pay attention to these things. The biggest thing I want you to pay attention to is the government is planning for this thing to last at least 18 months. So there's going to be shortages. There's not going to be enough supplies and stuff like that. I mean, and I talked about this before in the previous video, and I really want to bring it home again today, okay? We are in spring here in the United States, almost spring, right? It's March right now. So we're going to be in the down south, it's already growing season. I implore you, all of you, if you can do it, put in gardens, put in bigger gardens than you ever have put in before. Make sure you get your canning supplies. Canning supplies are still readily available, okay? Angie Clark, do you think this is a setup for Agenda 21 and 5G? Absolutely not. I absolutely do not, Angie. I don't think that at all. This has got absolutely nothing to do with 5G. I think the people that are touting that are out of their mind. I honestly believe. I honestly believe, and again, this is my opinion. I'm giving you my opinion. I honestly believe that this is something that escaped from that level 4 containment area in Wuhan, China. And I think it was accidental. I don't think they did it on purpose. China's not going to kill a whole bunch of their own people on purpose. And believe me, their numbers are much, much higher than they have given out to the world. But again, you know, they're hurting their own economy as well. Why would they do that? Why would the entire world want to destroy all the economies of the world? And again, we talked about this before. All these governments, and I know people are saying, oh, the one world order. All these governments around the world are not going to comply and work together on something like this because different governments have different agendas for what they want to do. So to think that all these governments, all your communists, your Muslim governments, your Christian governments, all these different ones are going to come in cahoots together to reign in the New World Order. I'm not buying it for a second. I really am not. I think this is a virus that has gotten out. I think this has been genetically modified, and it is a killing machine. And I think that the numbers we've been given so far are not even close to what they should be. Because again, let's go back to Italy. Okay, we're going to talk about Italy because the United States is basically 2 weeks behind Italy's numbers. If you look back 2 weeks ago, Italy is where we are now. Italy's numbers are up to 35,713 people with the virus. They have 2,978 people have died already. Okay. Now, let's correlate that with what the Chinese numbers are. China's saying a little over 3,000 people are dead, right? From there. BS. Complete BS. Matthew Kelly, hold on a second. I just want to see what you said here. We could have upwards to 20% unemployment if this continues long. You know what? I agree with you 100%. It's going to get very, very bad. I think it's going to crash the economy. The economy is already suffering from this. Thank you very much for that donation, too, by the way, and thank you for your comment. This is insane. What is happening is absolutely insane. This has nothing to do, I'm going to give you my opinion. I don't think it has anything to do with trying to usher in the New World Order. Okay, everybody wants to do that. What's happening with these supposed mass arrests? That's nonsense as well. This is a virus that has got out. This was a matter of time before something like this got loose. Okay, that's the reality of it. Way too many people on the planet. Viruses are going to happen. They're going to mutate. They're going to adjust, and it's going to happen. It's just that's a fact. What they are doing, the different governments, is unprecedented because, in my opinion, this thing is much, much more deadly than they are telling us it is. I don't think it's anywhere near the 3.4% that the World Health Organization was coming out with. I think it's much higher than that. So when you continue to amp up those numbers, so with Italy, almost 3,000 people dead, and there are only 4,025 people recovered. So that's like almost 50-50, guys, if you think, realistically, if you think about it. like I said, in the U.S., we have more people that have died than recovered at this point so far. Scary, scary stuff. Very, very scary stuff. And, you know, it's, what was I going to tell you too? Okay, so the president enacted the Production Act, which was set in 1950. It's a Korea War era law, which means that all these different businesses have to abide by making mandatory things that we need, like ventilators and all the products that we're going to need, like the suits and masks and that type of stuff. So they've enacted that. It's a 1950s era law, and now here we're enacting it now. 70 years later. I mean, scary, scary stuff. I mean, you can't make this up. You just cannot make this up. I mean, it's just, let's see. I wanted to say something else too. So what the overall numbers are 218,663 worldwide is what they're saying. Okay. 8,943 people dead, and they're saying that 84,383 are recovered. Again, I don't believe any of those numbers. I think that there is a lot more people that have it, number one, and I believe that there's a lot more people that have passed away because of this already. The numbers in China just don't add up. If you put it in same context with Italy's numbers, China's numbers would be much higher. And the thing is, now, is Italy telling the truth? Okay. Nikki Johnson, good reference book, The Backyard Homestead. Yes, there's a lot of great books out there, and thank you for that information, Nikki. I appreciate that, and thank you for the donation. There's a lot of really good information out there, guys. The Backyard Homestead, what she's talking about, is growing in different spots for your gardens and stuff like that. Hold on a second. I want to read this comment. Lori Ray Rydell, how soon before a total shutdown? Thank you. I said on Sunday, I believe a week to 10 days. I still stand by that. Now, I can't say, yes, I know that that's still going to be the number. I don't. But I believe that is when that is going to happen. As things continue to accelerate, as they continue to ramp up testing and they realize what a nightmare we're facing, I think you're going to see that happen. Now, there's another interesting thing that I just read in the news today as well, and I don't know if you guys were aware of this. They're dispatching 2 hospital ships. One is going to be going to New York City. The other one is going to be on the West Coast, okay? Now, the thing with this is these are 1,000-bed hospital ships, military ships, okay? They're not going to be treating people with the coronavirus. They're not. What they're going to be doing is taking care of the other people, so the hospital spaces there in the city are freed up to deal with the virus, okay? Now, the worst part about it is could be 2 weeks before those ships get there. What are the numbers going to look like in 2 weeks? Are our numbers going to be similar to Italy's numbers? But think about this. We're a lot bigger than Italy. We're a lot bigger than Italy. So I'm afraid the virus crisis is getting worse, much worse. In my country, and healthcare workers, hold on a second. Healthcare workers are not prepared enough. There's already many nurses that have been exposed to it. Snowflake 84 said that. You know what? I agree with you 100%. The precautions that are being used for whatever reason, I don't think are good enough. I think they need to be much, much better. And unfortunately, they're not at this point. So that's scary stuff as well. So just there's a lot going on, guys. A lot of scary information, a lot of misinformation going out there. I mean, there's out there people saying that this is a cure and that's a cure and the other thing's a cure. There's no cure yet, okay? Let's see. Hold on a second. Stefan Toothy 333. Once you're prepared with supplies, use your extra time learning new and old school skills, horticulture, trading supplies, self-defense, help your neighbors. Yes, I think it's really, really important to help your neighbors. I really do, because your biggest threat is going to be your neighbors. So if you can incorporate them and plan on working together, that takes care of that threat. And they're not a threat anymore, they're an ally. I think that's important. Okay, even if they're unprepared. I had one of my neighbors today came up, and him and I were talking. And, he's prepped to a degree, but we were having a great conversation, and, it just, people are getting scared. And I've talked to my different neighbors, and, we are planning on working together. I think that it's important. I think it's important for survival. If this thing goes the way it possibly could go, uh, we definitely need to be staying focused and planning on working together. Guys, we're up to 3,000 people in the chat, and we have 1,100 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I want to see if we can beat the record tonight. The record is, what, 3.3, I think, is the record for thumbs up. So if you haven't shot that thumbs up, if you would do that, I would appreciate that to show support for the channel. Also, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And again, make sure you hit that bell icon so you get all notifications. When you show how to cook rice and beans in SHDF, we can do that. We can do videos on that. Absolutely. That's not a problem at all. We can definitely do that. I can do that in an upcoming video soon. I will definitely do that for you guys. Real easy. Actually, it's really, really easy. So, but again, talking about information, let's talk about information for a second. A good resource for like-minded people to connect and get together. If you're just looking to network, if you're looking to talk to somebody, if you're looking to, make loose affiliations, or if you're looking to try to form a group, go to my website, preppernurse1.com. All right. We have the Prepper Nurse One community there. It is totally free. It does not cost anything to join. You will not be asked for any kind of credit card information or anything. You go in there, you do have to register, okay? But it's because it's private. And so you go in there. Wait, hold on a second. Prepper Chris 1, this is not nothing burger extra cheese. No, it is not. I don't believe that it is either, Chris. Thank you for that donation. Joe Smith, do you think this was done on purpose by Chinese because of the fallout with the trade deals? Trillions have been lost by China, so they maybe did it. You know what? I don't think so. I honestly believe it was accidental. To kill millions of your own people, and I think that's where the real number is over there. And so many people sick and so many people, out of jobs and the whole 9 yards. I don't think that they did this on purpose. I think it was accidental all the way. The whole trade deal was going to work itself out anyway. That's all just a big game and a grandstand by all the powers that be. So, they absolutely work together. So I don't believe, like I said, this was done on purpose. But I want to go back real quick to my website. So if you're interested, preppernurse1.com. Go check that out. It's a great place to network with people. Even if you just want to listen to or check out the message boards, it's a great resource. We have all the different states, the different countries around the world, so definitely go do that. We also do still have the legacy freeze-dried food. Now, I got a message today from Amy. She said they are focusing on the 120 meal packages and higher, okay? So if you order those are going to be the ones that are going to go out first. But everything else, guys, we're looking at 30 to 50 day delay on everything else. So you can still order. It's going to be first orders in, first orders out. So the sooner, if you want to get freeze-dried foods to add to your preps, definitely go to the website, check it out, click on the store. It'll drop down Legacy Foods and take care of that. And that's how you can do that, okay? So just putting that out there for you guys that is available. Have they stopped gun checks? No, they have not. Prepper Chris 1, they have not. I know that there's a delay. Some people there's a lot of people out there right now all of a sudden trying to get weapons, right? It's the newest thing. Everybody's getting weapons. There's no ammo available again. Like 22 long rifle is in shortages. 7.62 x 39 is in shortages right now. People are buying everything that they possibly can. I know, like 9mm are short. They're out of everything. We have a gun store in town. He has nothing right now. Nothing. So again, it's just do yourselves a favor. Go buy. Hold on a second. I didn't see what's these. Buy food from the store. Trucks may stop rolling. There goes your money. You know what, Moonlight? And again, I definitely encourage you guys. You don't have to have just freeze-dried food. I think you should diversify and have a whole bunch of stuff. Get your rice, your beans. Get your canned goods. Get everything that you can. I know that they're limiting stores. My sister and my mom today went to Tops, which is one of the local grocery stores. They bought 4 cans of like soup and 4 cans of something else. They got up in line and the lady said, we can't sell you 4. You can only get 2 of whatever kind it was, and then 2 of the other kind, and they took the rest back. So they're really limiting what you can buy now in the grocery stores. Now, if you got a group of people and everybody goes in and buys 2 and 2 and 2, but again, what is the chance of exposing yourself? Let me see. Hold on a second here. I want to read that comment. Jamie, life has changed in Alaska. Long-time follower. I'm sure it has. It definitely, everything has changed. Thank you very much for that donation. I do appreciate it. Jesse, hold on a second. Jesse 21 or Jess 21 from Ontario, Canada. FEMA camps. Your thoughts? I really think they should be closing down all airports. Many are not taking proper precautions. You know what? I agree with you. They're not taking proper precautions. Like I just said earlier, Delta has canceled 70% of their flights, and more than 10,000 people from just Delta Airlines are taking unpaid leave right now. FEMA camps, they will make containment centers, I believe, to have people that have the virus. That's how I think they will do it. The security consultant one, starting a garden, recommendations for, hold on a second, for good brands of seed. Okay, well, thank you very much for that donation. Heirloom, however you want to call it. Those are the best kind of seeds to get because they'll make more seeds that you can save and use for the future. Soil is everything when it comes to growing, guys. Soil is the key, okay? Obviously properly watering your gardens and stuff like that. Get out there and make the biggest gardens you ever plan on ever doing that you've never done before, and can everything that you can possibly can. The season's coming in, we're getting into spring here in the States. So, I mean, if you can, the apples, the peaches, the cherries, all that type of stuff, can everything that you can possibly do, anything that you can get your hands on, plan on doing that. Do it as much as you possibly can. I think that we are in for some very lean times coming up here. And if this virus goes as bad as I believe that it will, there's not going to be, people are going to be hunkered down. They're not going to be out and about. So what you have control over your own property, you can get those gardens in, get your seeds, get what you need, get some gardening tools. If you don't have gardening tools, get them. Learn as much as you can. Hopefully the internet stays up and running, right? 10 million videos on how to do different types of gardening. Watch them, learn, study. Practical practice is the most important thing. What does that mean? It means getting out there and getting your hands dirty and learning how to do things. Somebody said on here, with the time, whatever time we got left, learn skills. I think that's great advice. Learn as much as you can. Get as much information, download as much of it offline as you can. Southlink, please get more food. You can never have enough. You are right. I'm going to tell you what, guys, probably a year ago, I started talking about this, and I started saying, get food. I don't know why, but get up, load up on food. And I've been saying that for more than a year, and really strongly in the last 6 months. And I did not know why, but it was just a gut feeling that there was not going to be enough food. And so that's why, it's really, really important. And I've talked to you guys about that. I know a lot of you have done it, which is great, and I'm happy that you have. Cornmeal makes cornbread. Get tang for vitamin C. Yes, cornmeal is a good thing to have as well. Get as much anything you can get your hands on, guys. You go to the Amish places. They have all kinds of stuff, and you can buy things in bulk. Wheat berries. Get wheat berries if you can, because they last a long time. Jody Dowell said we both had that gut feeling. Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird feeling that time was short and we needed to do everything that we possibly could. I mean, if you guys have been watching me, anybody that's been watching me for a long time, we really amped things up last year, and we got a lot done at the homestead last year. And, and we're starting out again now that it's the weather has broke. It's still technically winter, but we're amping stuff up again. I really think time is short. And I think we need to get things in place and get things squared away as much as we possibly can while we still have the time. I definitely encourage you guys. And like I said, I don't care if it's legacy food for the freeze-dried food. I don't care if it's Augustin Farms. I don't care if it's Mountain House. Whatever your flavor is, whatever you like, as long as you are doing it, as long as you are getting ready, that's the biggest thing that I'm going to encourage you to do. Pamela X, millions of school students will be going online. I think the internet will crash soon. No, I don't think it'll crash. The internet's pretty solid as far as that goes. You're going to see a lot more activity, obviously, than you saw before, especially if we end up having shelter in place and lockdowns, which I do think are coming. Again, week to 10 days. I said it on Sunday. We'll see what, if, and I could be wrong. It could be, but I think that that's coming. It may be longer. It may be sooner. I don't know. But New York, 1,200 more cases today alone. Wow. And that does not surprise me at all. And that would probably mostly be in the New York City area. I saw something. They said that there was one person in this one family that had it, and they've passed away. It was a female, okay? 5 other siblings in the family have it. 4 of those other siblings are critical. That's scary. That's really, really scary that it could spread that quickly. This is a very, very contagious disease, okay? All these people that are out there saying that it's fake, that it's this or that or the other thing, I think that's a lot of misinformation, and I think they're trying to scare people, or they're trying to get people to not do anything. And I think that's the wrong message to send. Again, and I've said this a million times, and I'll say it again. You prepare for the worst and you hope for the best. If this thing turns into nothing, which I wished it would, I honestly do. I really wish it would. Hey, Prepper Chris, hold on a second. Pam X questions. Net won't crash. Many lags, some in subbed since 2014. Yeah, it won't. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Chris, and thank you for the donation as well. So he's saying that it may lag a little bit, but it won't crash. So I got a notice from my bank that the lobby will be closed. Appointments accepted. Wow. Okay. I know that they're going to really limit what is going on. So I do know that they're doing that. I will encourage you guys, again, pull cash out of your banks. I definitely encourage you to do that, because I think that we're in for a very, very interesting time coming up here, and it's good to have cash on hand. Make sure you have 1s, 5s, and 10s, as well as 20s. Make sure you have small bills to make change with, because it's like, if you got to get out and get whatever at the last minute, if you need to do that, have that money available, because if things shut down, cash is going to talk, and everything else. The credit cards might not be working and all that type of stuff. So again, I really strongly encourage you guys, get what you need now, whatever it may be. I will tell you this. I just ordered today. I ordered new batteries for the homestead. Okay. So they will be coming. And so when they get here, I will go over everything I got, and it's a huge upgrade. Definitely needed, and it's much better battery, and I will go over everything. L. Gibson, food shortages due to the flooding. Now this hits. This is why the supplies aren't refilling. This is why. Oh, hold on a second. This is why you must follow current events. You're absolutely right. You have to pay attention to everything that's going on. Hey, Mac, rice and beans, got that covered, married to a Puerto Rican. There you go. And them young ladies know how to cook, too. I can definitely tell you that. Hey, Donna Smith, have you seen the latest info on the 20 and 30-year-olds in Belgium? They are getting hit hard. I did see that information. Thank you very much for the donation as well, and thank you other guys as well for the donations. Younger people are getting hit. They're saying a lot of millennials are getting hit hard by this. So a lot of people are not grasping this. Again, so somebody had said, well, who do you know that has the coronavirus? Do you know anybody? And they're talking all this type of stuff. I'm going to tell you what, as this thing continues to progress, I think you're going to know a lot of people that have it or have had it. Hey, Asif, the local morning talk radio host here in upstate, even today's keeps saying this. Oh, hold on a second. CV-19 is no worse than the flu. I wonder if she's been suffering this from the CV enchiladas. Yeah, crazy. Thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Matthew Kelly, thank you very much for that donation as well. Oops, I missed somebody else here. Hold on, guys. Hey, Math, Music, and Life. Tax 98 gallons, spare tank for the pickup. So you got 98 spare. Okay, you got 98 more gallons for the. Yeah, that's good. That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. Jay Medic, do you think there will be a nationwide lockdown? I think that it will. To a degree, yes, but it's going to be really hard to lock down as many people as we have in this country. I think places like New York City will be put into a mandatory quarantine. San Francisco is already doing it to a degree, and in that area, I think areas that are hard hit, big cities, I think they will lock those cities down and not let people get out. I think you'll see that happening. They'll restrict travel. They're going to want people to stay home. They're already doing that. They're sending people home. My buddy that lives in Maryland, he just got noticed today. They sent him home today at 9:30, and they said, stay home now. Don't come back. So, a lot of crazy stuff is going on. He's paying attention to stuff. I told him if he wants to, he's more than welcome to come here. He's one of my best friends. I've been friends with him for a long, long time. And I would love to have him by my side because I'll tell you what, and there's very few people I will say this about. He is one individual that I absolutely trust with my life. And there's probably less than a handful on this hand that I could say that about, but he's one of them. And I definitely want him here. So, and he's probably watching, and you know that, Steve. So, VR, I want to buy some more food, but I'm afraid of germs. Well, you know what? Anything that you buy, you can clean the boxes and stuff like that. Thank you for the donation. But, get out there and get what you can, guys, while you can get it. Now they are limiting what you can buy at any one time. When I hit my last time I hit the store on Sunday, I added more food again, and I bought by the case. I don't screw around when I'm loading up. I told you guys that when I did my live stream that night. I added more preps. I went in there to get butter, and I added a whole bunch more other stuff as well, just because we just don't know. Let's see. China locked down a bigger county or country. Yeah, well, they're a huge country, huge country. And you know what? I understand that, but we're not China. People here are not going to go by that. I'm telling you right now. Will they let us outside to walk? Oh, absolutely. If you have your property, you could probably walk around your property and stuff like that. But they're going to really restrict people. They will have patrols. They will have the National Guard out there. They'll probably have the military out there. They're going to keep things as under control as they possibly can. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to want to take advantage of this and do bad things. I'm going to tell you that right now. I believe that 100%. So, we just need to be really focused on what we have control over. So if you can get a garden in and work on that, study, download information off the internet if you can. Get anything you can in hard copy. I'll tell you right now, I guarantee you this is one place that's not overrun with a whole bunch of people. Bookstores. Get to bookstores. Get any kind of information that you can possibly get in hardcover. I couldn't even tell you how many books that I have here on all kinds of different information, because knowledge is power, and it puts you in a position where you can help. See, this is my whole thing. If we can be in a position to help more people, the more people that you can help is less people that are going to try to kill you. Hey, John, Tennessee. Oh, hold on a second. I'm going to have to get back up so I can read that. Tennessee has lightened billboards saying avoid non-essential travel, but I see a ton of people from different states driving as they was traveling. You know what? And when I went down yesterday and I went down today to where they have the local Lowe's, which is a half an hour drive. Okay, there were signs, same type of thing on lit up on the side of the road. It said "Save lives, stay home." I mean, craziness. You've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything like that. Knowledge is lower. No, knowledge is definitely power. Definitely power. So people in small towns are being very careful. I had my doctor's appointment yesterday, and when I got to my meds, hold on a second, I want to read that. The pharmacy was doing curb service. That's awesome. Outlaw Annie just said that. That's great. That's great to hear. I'm really happy to hear that, to be honest with you. The less contact, the better. When I even went today, there was not very many people in there, and where I was at, I went to the back. The girl asked if I needed help. I said, yep, I need 4 sheets of that. So her and the kid put those sheets on the thing. I went over and got the insulation. Nobody was around me. I loaded up the insulation, went up front, paid for it, and got out of there. So, hey, Reginald G. Hold on a second. I have seen another YouTube makes not to watch the indictments by state to state, but the places look for lockdowns. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any kind of indictments, Roland. I really don't. Okay, I want to. Okay, so here I'm on the East Coast. You guys know that I'm in New York. Okay, I want you, if you're not subscribed, I want you to go over to a West Coast guy, lives in Seattle, Marfugal News. It's Adam. If you are not subscribed to him, definitely get over there, subscribe, tell him Prepper Nurse One sent you. Good guy, a lot of great information for you guys to have over there. And he is right there where everything is dying, everything is happening, where it all started, up by Seattle and in Washington State there. So he's a great source of information for the West Coast, because he's getting all, and he does a news show and he shares a lot of information. So Marfugal News, please go over, subscribe to him, show him some support. He's a really, really good guy. Letting inmates out of jails, I don't think you're going to see that happen, honestly. I know I saw this today, that in Iran, they're pardoning 10,000 prisoners, and some of them are political prisoners that they're going to let out of jail. I don't know. It's scary. It is absolutely scary what is going on in the different steps the different governments around the world that are doing and they're taking. I don't believe a lot of the numbers. Here's an example of a number that I don't believe. And I don't have the death toll. Oh, I do know what the death toll. Germany's death toll is saying that it's only 28 people have passed over there. I don't believe that for a second. I think it's a lot more. Hey, Gary Tedlock, thank you very much for that donation. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. But Germany's numbers are really up there with some of these other countries, and they're saying there's only 28 people have died in Germany. I don't believe it. I don't believe any of the numbers, to be honest with you. I think they're much, much higher. I think a lot more people have passed away than they're giving out information to, and I don't think it's over in China. They're trying to say, oh, yeah, it's over in China and people are back to work. I don't believe it for a second. It basically started in the Wuhan area, obviously. China's a huge, huge country, and there's a lot of people, and it has spread all over the place over there. There's no way they've contained this thing. If you look at what is happening, there's no way they've contained it. I don't believe it for a minute. So, guys, we're at 3.3 in the chat. We're at 1.7 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so. To show support for the channel, and I appreciate that, and thank you. Also, if you are not subscribed, please make sure you do subscribe. First confirmed death in Ontario. Wow, scary stuff there, huh? But again, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So, JJ, maybe they will close Congress. Yeah, I doubt they'll ever do that. I know that they're planning on trying to get these other relief bills through. Mr. Rose, I'm hunting for toilet paper. That is freaking hilarious. Thank you for that donation. Oh, I did want to mention this too. A congressman did test positive for the virus. That I just saw. It was a Florida congressman. That just came in today. I just got that information. So how long has he had it, number one? And has he been spreading it around, to the other congressmen? Scary to think about. Very, very scary to think about. They released prisoners in Illinois and Ohio. I did not know that. Thank you for that information, Faith. Thank you. I'm telling you what, guys, this is really starting to amp up, and we're really, really soon really going to need to think about sheltering in place. I'm limiting when I go shopping, to do things. I'm trying to do it on times when everybody's not there. The Oracle of Whimsy, Germany is testing everyone. Oh, hold on a second. Higher testing percentage. Okay. Yeah, they need to take care of here in the U.S. for sure. Lockridge Farms, they are only letting inmates out that, hold on a second, that where I live are only arresting for felonies. Keep up the good work. York, South Carolina had its first case today. Wow. Okay. So yeah, it's. Oops, somebody else said. Hold on a second. I want to make sure I get that. I don't want to miss that. Hey, Asif. What about the congressman's staff? Well, yeah, how about them too? I'm sure they need to be tested as well, and the people that he was associated around. I mean, scary, scary stuff, and it's this is just the tip of the iceberg, in my opinion. I mean, you're talking in the United States. What are they saying? 9,212 cases so far. It would be so much higher if they actually had the proper testing and were testing more people. I think those numbers are going to jump through the roof once they actually really, within the next week to 2 weeks, when they actually really get more tests and start testing people the way they should have been testing them a month ago. So I got my hot tea in my mug that Mountain Girl sent me. Love this mug. I think it is very, very cool. So I just want to show you that again. I will drink this in the halls of Valhalla when my time comes, when I join the rest of the warriors there. Jungle Forever. They are letting people out of jail in Virginia. Okay, you know what? I did not know that information. I really didn't. I hadn't heard anything about that in New York. My employer in New York thinks this is a joke and refuses to reduce staff to 50%. Well, they may be forced to. Thank you for that comment. They may be forced to. Let's see. I want to see what that person said here. Hold on, guys. I started pickling vegetables in jars to preserve them. I don't have a pressure canner. Colleen J just said that. You know what, Colleen? Do whatever you can. It is in Louisiana. They are letting out nonviolent offenders on a case-by-case basis. That's good to know. Mac, make sure you have new fishing line for your poles. That's really good advice. Fishing line, sinkers. Make sure you have bobbers. Make sure you have fish hooks. Make sure you have the line strengths of several different kinds of line strength depending on what you're trying to fish for. Good advice to have. What top 2 food items do you suggest having? The easiest thing, my top 2, if I only had to pick 2 things, I would pick oatmeal would be one because it's highly, highly nutritious and it's very, very filling. So I would load up on oatmeal. I do have a lot of oatmeal here. I will admit that I got a ton of oatmeal. The second thing, again, what I would use because would be used with a lot of different things is rice. Rice by itself would be very boring after a while, but you can add rice in with so many different things, change the texture by using spices and different things. It's a great thing to have. So if I only had like the top 2 choices would be oatmeal and rice. And again, so that's, because you can add so many things to rice, and rice is, with the different things, it helps fill you up as well. Let's see. In Texas, you can defend your property. I'm going to tell you what, if things get bad, guys, and somebody tries to come and take your stuff or hurt you, you're going to have that right to defend yourself. They are going to have their hands full. They're going to have their hands full. So if somebody comes and does something bad, you give them what they deserve. That's just my advice on that. You need to protect your families and yourselves. Don't let somebody, I don't care who it is. I don't care if they say they're from the local government or they're from the militia or whoever they say that they're from. You don't let anybody just come walking up to your house, okay? You meet them away from your house or you meet them with lead. That's what you give them first. So what will the government's next steps be? I think I believe you're going to see New York City is going to get locked down. I absolutely believe that's going to happen. I think that's going to happen very, very soon. You have way too many people in a small congested area, and I think it's spreading like wildfire there, very much. Nest Prepper, niece is, hold on a second. Niece is presumed positive, all other tests negative, but hospital won't give her the CV test her doctor ordered. Was to go home and quarantine household. If anyone gets sick, time starts over. Works at Amazon warehouse. Wow. Thank you for that information. So there you go, guys. There's somebody that knows somebody. And they won't even give her the test to prove that she has it. Think about that. Think about all the people. I want you guys to think about this. I want you to think about all the people that possibly may have the virus that they are telling to stay home and not go anywhere. And I'm going to give you an example of somebody that I know that possibly may have it. Mary M. Davis, thank you very much for that donation. Little Prepper lady has all the signs and symptoms of having the virus. Okay, so if you want to go to her channel, check it out. She's sharing. She did a video earlier today sharing about her experience of what had happened with the healthcare system here in New York. Okay, she's been trying to get tested to see if she has the virus, and they would not test her. So think about that. Okay, and that's Little Prepper Lady. Go check her out. Kelsey P. Family members, coworkers also have been serious symptoms. Hold on a second. I want to make sure I read your comment. Begging to get tested in Ontario, but they refuse because they haven't traveled overseas recently. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous that they are not testing more people that are showing signs and symptoms. Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for that information as well. I do appreciate that. This has gotten to the point of ridiculous, folks. They tell them to go home and self-isolate. What is that? And again, how many people are actually complying with that? A lot of people are not. And that's another thing that's scary. I want you guys to think about all the businesses. I want you to think about all these restaurants that are now closed, or they're doing takeout only. Okay, we have a restaurant in town. All the waitresses are now out of work. Okay, you have basically the kitchen people are still there, and the people that own the restaurant, but they're doing takeout only. So, the pizza places in town are still doing the same thing, takeout only. So you call in, you put your order in, you go in, you get your order, and out the door you go. There's a lot of people out of work just in this little area where I live. And there's going to be a lot more people all over the place, same thing. Don't forget to use your silent killer weapons so you don't draw attention to yourself. Joshua McCarthy just said that, and that's very good advice. You definitely need to have those weapons that are going to be quiet. Your compound bows, your crossbows, slingshots, those type of things. Very, very good to have. And again, if you're trying to keep a low profile and you don't want to draw a lot of attention to yourself, it's a good way to do it. It's good to have on hand, is what I will say. Guys, I see we're at 3.4 in the chat. We got 2,000 thumbs up. Let's jump that number up here. You know what? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to actually go to about 20 after, because we're having a good show and a lot of great comments, a lot of great questions. So the Great Awakening. Yeah, this is definitely the Great Awakening for a lot of people. So we're going to go to 20 minutes after tonight. So just want to put that out there for you guys. So just so you don't think, oh, he's done at 9 o'clock. We're going to go to 20 minutes after. We've been doing that a little bit more because we've had a lot of comments, a lot of people talking, and I want to make sure that we get, all the information shared. Hey, Prepper Chris 1, thank you again for the donation. I do appreciate that. Sandra Wilkinson, I am from Middle Tennessee. Okay. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Okay. I'm like, what was that? It was all in cap lock. So I would, again, questions, guys, all cap lock so they'd stand out for me. But again, there's so many things that are happening. The dynamics of everything that are happening is very, very interesting. But again, so people are talking about who do you know that has it or don't have it. Well, if they're not testing people and they're telling people to go home and self-quarantine, that person possibly has it and you don't know. I know that, like I said, again, like with Little Prepper Lady, at her household, a lot of people are sick in her home now. So she's been self-quarantining there because of that situation. Hey, Donna Smith, with disregard for authority, lockdowns will be scary. You exactly right. Exactly. Ed Roberts, hold on a second. I want to make sure I get all these guys. Think outside the box when doing research for goods. Chain stores online are sparse, but there are other small retailers that have inventory available. Great comment. We're going to talk about that in a second. Chandler Sampson, did you hear about the 7 million on lockdown in California? Yes, I did hear about that, Chandler. I talked about that in my last live stream. And that's in San Francisco and surrounding counties. Thank you all three of you for the donation. So we're going to talk about real quick alternative places to go and get other things, okay? I had a conversation. I have lots of conversations with people, but one of the conversations that I had recently, go to your small mom and pop shops, your Puerto Rican stores, you're going to have the beans and rice. They're going to have it in stock for the most part, probably in those type of places. You go to your Asian stores, outlet stores, they're going to have things available. People are not thinking of those small mom and pop type of stores to go to get supplies. And they're going to be very happy for the business, believe me. It's not just the big chain stores where we need to go. We need to go all over the place. Again, think outside the box. Get out there to those secondary stores too. Hey, Rick Harsh. Big shipment from Costco. Oh, hold on a second. Got a big shipment from Costco in mail, also meat. Oh, that's good. Glad to hear it. Very glad to hear it. That's, you know what? The biggest thing, guys, and again, I will encourage you this every single time, and I will talk about this till my face turns blue and falls off. I want you to help yourselves. That is my mission more than anything else, as I want you to help yourselves. Hey, MG, thoughts on martial law being enabled? I absolutely believe that it will happen, and thank you very much for the donation. I absolutely think that that's going to happen. I think it's just a matter of time as far as that goes. The Grove, do you foresee people going from panic to anger after being quarantined and then banding together and defying the rules? And you can fill in the blanks there. Yes, I absolutely see that happening. Thank you for that donation. I do appreciate that as well. I absolutely see that happening. I think you're going to see the haves and the have-nots, and you're going to see people that are going to be pissed off, and they're going to want what somebody else has, and it's not right, and how come they have it and I don't, and they're going to justify why they should go and take it. I think you're going to see that happen. Mary M. Davis, the Yolo County, California health officer has issued a countrywide health order for residents to shelter in place from 3/19/2020 to 4/19/2020. Additional info on www.yolocounty.org/coronavirus. Thank you, Mary, for that information. So there's a month right there, guys, that they're telling people to shelter in place. Thank you so much for that information, and thank you also for that donation as well. I'm telling you, it is going to be crazy. So talking about people banding together, not following the rules, their supplies run out. They haven't got enough. They went out and got some stuff, but it maybe lasted a month, right? What happens after the month? They're going to get pissed. They're not getting supplies from the government, or the government's not acting fast enough. They're going to go and look to take from other people, okay? That's why I encourage people to try to work together. I encourage you to be supportive of your neighbors if you can be. Try to incorporate your neighbors into your group, because that's another buffer. That's another person that can help you not come after you and try to hurt you, okay? I think that's really, really important. Where I live up here, I'm in the country, as you guys know. I'm up in the hills also, as you guys know. I picked this spot very, very strategically in case of an emergency situation. I truly believe, like I said, I talked to one of my neighbors today. I believe that us as neighbors up here, we will work together. The gentleman that helped me today, Richard, with the tractor, we talked about that today, okay? My neighbors behind me, Chris and Greg, as you guys know, Greg is, an awesome dude. He's going to be helping me tomorrow or Saturday build the new battery room. Great people. When I met them, we clicked right away, and we planned on working together from day one. So, there's a lot of good people out there if you give them a chance. Why can't everything just shut down for weeks and wait for it to pass? You know what, Jane? That would be the easy thing to do, and that would be great, but I don't think it's going to be over that quickly. I really don't. I think this is way more widespread than we're being led on. Kersley, hold on a second. I want to make sure I read your comment. I probably said your name wrong. KELSEYP. Also, a few couples went into my parents' store the other day, making a joke about how they just got back from Spain overseas, but not in quarantine. Oh, that's, yeah. Well, a lot of people are doing that, goofing. And I get it. Maybe they were. Hopefully, they weren't just back from Spain and not in quarantine. That would not be smart. Australian airline Qantas just stood down 30,000 staff. Wow. That's wild. That's a lot of people out of work. We are in for a long haul, James. Yes, James, I think we are as well. This is not going to be over in a minute, folks. This is not going to be a month-long situation. As I said earlier in the chat, the government is planning for 18 months. I don't think a lot of us have 18 months of supplies available. Hey, J Medic, the criteria for testing. Oops, hold on a second. due to low amount of test in small areas. Friend is at home with 102 fever and cough. No CV test at the ER. Negative for flu and A and B. Yep. And again, thank you for the donation and thank you for that information. Yeah, the tests are not there. So this is what's insane. To me, that's absolutely ridiculous, and it should not be like that. They need to get these tests out there to all these places so people can get tested and they can try to contain this. It seems to me that this is being spread on purpose. They're allowing it to be spread on purpose because that one person, your friend, how many people did they give it to if they have it? Because they don't know that, they don't even know if they have it, and they're testing positive or negative for the flu and everything else. Again, crazy, crazy times, guys. Crazy times ahead. Oh, and anybody that goes over to Little Prepper Lady's channel, make sure you let her know too that Prepper Nurse 1 sent you as well. So 2 people I'm recommending today, okay? Definitely get out there. Check out my friend on the West Coast, Marfugal News, Adam, great guy. Check out his channel. Tell him that I sent you. Doris Inkenbrat, I'm not even sure how to say your last names. Greeting from sunny Southwest Florida. Thank you very much, Doris. Thank you for that donation as well. I appreciate that. And I'm sure it's very nice down in Florida right now. So definitely go over, check out Marfugal News, and then definitely check out Little Prepper Lady as well. Give them both support, and make sure you tell both of them that Prepper Nurse 1 sent you. She's, like I said, she's dealing with, she believes she has the virus. So she was coming out of a college setting. So again, a lot of people, a lot of foreign people there, a lot of people traveling. So again, she very much could have it. She is on self-quarantine right now because they're not giving her straight answers with the doctors and the hospitals. And again, I think today she just did a video about her experience. So definitely check that out. Okay, well, hold on a second. I want to see what this guy said. Wolf Hollow. Here in the town health offices don't have kits. Even county didn't know where to send possible cases. Hospitals don't have kit in Oregon. Wow. And again, so how many people, now I want you guys to think about this. Now, these are just a couple of different examples from around the country. How many people are out and about, walking around, trying to get tested, trying to find out if they have it or don't have it, that have it, and they're sending them off and sending them home? How many more people are going to get it because of the poor management of this so far? And if you think that we're going to get it under control dealing with it this way, you're sadly mistaken. Cameras are awesome. U.S. Mint sold out of silver. Wow, I did not know that. That's pretty wild. Thank you very much for that donation as well. Good place to. There's a lot of dealers out there that you can go into the phone book that sell silver. Definitely advise people to have silver on hand. Silver in the long run is not going to lose value. Right now, the price of silver was down. I don't know if it was down today, but I know the price has dropped pretty significantly. Good time to scoop it up if you get it, guys. Really good time. I don't advise having gold. It's too hard to get rid of, but I absolutely do advise having silver, especially junk silver. Your dimes, your quarters, your half dollars, and your silver dollars. Get them. But test equals control. Yeah, well, they're not doing enough testing. That is for sure. Type Great Awakening on Twitter, on Google, and guys need to search this. Okay. So thank you for that information. Oh, it's $12 today. Okay, so then it went down again. And that's another thing that is not making sense to me. Gold is really not moving, and the price of silver is down, like this person just said, to $12 today. It was $17 a couple days ago. Why is silver going down? People usually are hedging their bets, and they're adding more to that. So you would think that it would be time to buy stock soon. Not anytime soon, Prepper Chris 1. I wouldn't be buying anytime soon. I would wait and see what's going to happen. It depends on how many years you have, too. But at this point right now, I would not be a buyer in stocks at all. If I was 20 years old and had enough money to really put into the market, I would wait right now and just see how bad it goes down. And then if it starts working its way back up, that's when I would get back into the market. Cameras are awesome. Paper contracts being sold. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, that's why the price is down. So the physical silver is probably going to be worth more in the long run. Oh, hold on a second. I want to read your comment here. My beer pocket book with Ashley Britton. Hey, Ashley, meat plant is selling right out of the plant to get people meat. Wow, that's good to know. Very interesting information. Thank you for sharing that. Rachel W., support each other, people, pray for each other. Thank you for that comment, and thank you for the donation as well, both of you. Yeah, I know, like the meat is being just, as soon as they put it out, it's gone. People are afraid. And like I said, they have every reason to be afraid, and that is okay to be afraid. There's nothing wrong with being afraid, but use it smartly, okay? No physical silver available. You can get it still from dealers and stuff. That you might not be able to get it online, but the different dealers will have silver available. So I would contact them. People that go to flea markets and stuff like that, those are your guys that you want to look at. You look at your, I know like in Rochester, they have a place where they buy and sell silver and gold. That would be a place that if you're looking to get silver, that's where I would go. Pawn shop. Let's see. No, the chat didn't freeze. It's still going, RV Source. I have not seen a problem with that at all. Let's see. Yes, that's a great comment. James Osborne just said this, and I want to make sure we say this. Help your elderly. Your elderly neighbors that need help, watch out for them. You got to remember, and this is what I think a lot of people forget, those older folks are the ones that made America great realistically. They're World War II generation people, and they're worked hard their whole lives. And, if we can watch out for them, I think it's a good thing to do, to really watch out for those people. And I encourage you all to do that. All right, Chili, I will definitely check that out. He said, hold on a second. He says, I sent you an email about the Great Awakening. Please check it out. I will definitely check it out, and thank you for that information. I appreciate that. You know what I'm going to do, guys, right now, because we're at about 4 minutes after. We're going to go to 20 after on this, but I'm going to do what I normally do at the end so we get it out of the way, and I know people like it. We are Legion. Why are we Legion? Because we are many. We are all over this country. We are all over the world. Preppers and off-gridders, we're the ones that have been awake for a long time, and I think we were awakened for a reason. We're awakened for a huge reason to be able to help people and make a difference, okay, in the bad times that are coming. So we are definitely all over the place. So where is everybody from tonight? We got Maine, Ohio, Austin, Texas, Ohio again. Let's see, Idaho. No, it's not satanic. I'm so tired of people saying that. Linden, Texas, Austin, Texas, Trinidad, Wisconsin. Let's see. Los Angeles, Dallas, Indiana, Ontario, Canada, Australia, Mississippi, Illinois, Alaska, Oklahoma, Idaho, Tennessee. I saw Oregon, Finland, Fargo, North Dakota. We have North Carolina, Rhode Island, Nebraska, Illinois. Oh, my goodness. It's going fast. Washington State, Indiana, Utah, Virginia, Ohio again, Germany, Lynchburg. That's in Virginia. Southwest Washington State. Let's see. Maryland, Colorado, New Jersey, Cleveland, Nebraska, Virginia, New Jersey. Oh, my goodness. San Diego, California. North Carolina again, the Poconos, that's in Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, UK, London, very nice. The Poconos there again, I saw. Virginia, Ohio, Alabama, Texas. We got Fort Lauderdale, Waco, Texas, Scranton, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Iowa, Minnesota, Alabama. It's going freaking crazy. Matumba, Canada, I probably didn't say that right, and I apologize. Alaska again. Port Orange, California. We got Florida, Missouri, Northern California, New Hampshire, Dallas, Toronto, Norway, very nice. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Let's see. So anyway, guys, I want to address this other thing that the person said. Everybody does it, and they do it every freaking time. Legion. One time in the Bible, they said the demon said, we are Legion because we are many, okay? Big deal. Legion is used in all kinds of contexts all over the world, all the time. Is the American Legion a bad thing? Okay. The Roman legions, that's what they had too. Okay. So when I say legion, I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean it in a good way because we are many. So that's why I use it. El Monte, California, Los Angeles. Amarillo, Ireland, Long Island, Tombstone, I like that. Madison, Wisconsin, London in the UK, New York, Northern Texas, Wilmington, North Carolina, North Minnesota. We have North Central Pennsylvania, Monroe, Michigan. We have Maine, BC, Canada, Newcastle, Ontario, West Sacramento, California. So Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. Let's see. There is Reggett Surgery, UK. I'm not sure I said that right. Probably didn't. Sorry. Anderson, South Carolina. Jerusalem, Israel. Wow, if that's true, that's very cool. Let's see. Kellogg, Idaho. Nashville. So Denmark. Guys, we're all over the place. We are all over this world. We're all over the states. We're everywhere. We're a huge family. We really are. And we're the ones that are awake. And we've been awake for a while. A lot of us have been awake for a very long time. This is what we do. We prepare because we never know what's going to happen. And that's why we do what we do. Okay. We need to stay focused. We need to stay positive. Don't be negative. Negative doesn't solve anything. Prepare to help people. I think that that's important. Chandler Simpson. Hold on. I want to read your comment. A lot of websites can't fulfill orders. You can't buy ammo, guns, food supplies like Patriot Food Supply can't guarantee orders to ship for months. Exactly. And that's happening all over. Chandler, ammo is selling out. All kinds of stuff are selling out. I know like the water filters, they're like people are buying up everything that they can think of, which is good. I think what you're going to see come out of this whole thing, hopefully this dies down. And again, I'm going to say that again, and I hope that it does. I don't think that it will, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to have a big issue here, and that's my opinion, of course, only. But I hope that it doesn't. But I think what you're going to see out of this, we're going to have a whole lot of new preppers, people realizing how underprepared they were for any type of emergency, and it's going to wake up more people. So that is never a bad thing, and it helps us, those that were preppers, realize where we were weak in different areas and tweak that. And I think that is a very, very good thing. VR, why can't preppers spell? You know what? I have no idea, VR. My spelling sucks. I will be the first to admit it. And I have other things on my mind that to me that are much more important. I don't care which two it is. I don't care which there it is or the spelling. You know what I mean when I put it up there. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I know some people, they lose their minds because I use the wrong to or I use the wrong there. It is what it is. You know what I mean. So spelling was never my forte, ever. Believe it or not, since being online, my spelling's gotten better. So, but I still can't spell well. So, let's see. Better be on guard. JJ will be coming for your green tea. Yeah, John, I know that's funny. No, I'm going to tell you what. We all need to be on guard. We all need to be prepared and be ready. Anybody that knows that you prep, there could be issues. Marie McFarland, if they need retired workers, what do you say? I say no. That's what I say. As you guys know, I'm a nurse. I still have my license. I retired 2 years ago. All right. I have no intention of risking my life for a lot of ungrateful people, to be honest with you. I have other people that are counting on me to be alive to help take care of other things. I will not be going to deal with this situation at all. I will tell you that right now. Asif, don't care about your spelling. I care about your heart. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. They may try to call nurses back. What's the worst they're going to do? Take my nursing license? I'm not using it anyway. So I don't care. I have a responsibility to a lot of other people that are counting on me to be there and to be alive. And so that's the people that I'm going to watch out for. And it may be selfish on my part, but that's the way I feel. I've worked in facilities and I've been a nurse for 25 years. Management sucks, in my opinion. VR, humor is good for the heart. I was being silly. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I'm just being honest. I'm going to definitely be honest about it. Thank you for the donation, and that's fine. But again, people have to make their own individual decisions on that. Some people may go and they go, may do that, but I'm not going to risk my life for that. I'm not going to. Marfugal TV, whatever this is, it will change the world and it won't be good. You're absolutely right. And thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's not going to be good. Whatever comes of this at the other end, it's going to be a different world than we're living in right now. And, a lot is going to change. And that's scary. That's scary for a lot of people. Change is always going to be scary. But the thing is, we just try to do the best we can. Try to be as positive as you can. Try to help as many people as you can. And watch out for the people that can't help themselves. Like I said, your older folks and stuff like that, really watch out for them because they need our help more than anybody else, to be honest with you. Good people need to survive what's coming, guys. Help yourselves, too. Make sure you're prepping. Make sure you're taking care of the people that you care about. That's really, really important. Hey, Den. Jason Goldman, the reporter, went all over. Oh, hold on a second. All over New York City into hospitals asking police about the coronavirus victims, and they acted like nothing was going on. People ran with this, and they're now saying it's a hoax. You know what? I know that some people are doing that, but I think that they're going to be sadly mistaken. We still have an opportunity. And again, I'm telling you right now, that opportunity, that window of opportunity, that's almost over. As more cases are going out there and more people are being tested, I think you're going to really realize really quickly how bad things are. Hey, Mac, be the other tree. Yeah. Or buy the other tree. Exactly. There you go. Thank you very much for that donation. That's funny. Hidden Pines Homestead. Ed, let me know if you need anything. I'm not far. Okay, yep, I know you're not, and thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, we've got a lot to do. We've been working on a lot of different things, and there's a lot of things in progress that are going to be happening. I am going to absolutely finish the battery room first. That is the main project that I'm working on right now. I got some supplies for that. After the battery room is done, then I plan on working on the woodshed and getting that out of the way. Those are two main things that I wanted to get squared away. So I get those two squared away. Then a lot of focus is going to go on the greenhouse after that. BD said, thank you for all that you do. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Let me see. Hold on. Somebody just said something. I want to make sure I read that. Should you let your neighbors know you have preps? Grayman86. No, you should not let them know that you have preps. People like myself, I'm out there. People know that I have preps, okay? So, I've always been honest about that. And so how do I keep my energy up? I try to make sure I get enough sleep, to be honest with you. That's the biggest thing. Like, I know if I have plans on what I want to do for the day, I'm trying to make sure I get enough rest. I mean, I had all winter to chill out. And now it's time to get busy. And like I said, when we get into the heat and the bugs are out there like crazy, it's very difficult to deal with out there. So it's harder. Hey, Prepper Chris 1, are you going to get Tesla battery? No, it's not Tesla. Lithium iron is what I'm getting. I'm getting lithium iron batteries. I have already ordered them. They will be here hopefully within a week to 10 days. And when I get them in, you guys are going to go, oh my God. So I will share all that with you guys. That's like kind of the urgency to get the battery room done too, because I want to get them into the new battery room, and we're going to hopefully get everything set up. Brian, my electrician guy in my group, is going to come up and get everything squared away, and we're going to have a nice short run from the panels to the new battery room, and I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be awesome. And so it's not going to have as far to travel, and we're going to have a lot better batteries. I'm going to have a lot better capacity to do what I need to do here at the homestead. And again, everything is always a work in progress and trying to upgrade and make things better and make our lives here more comfortable, especially in the long run. Fugal fam is here. Oh, awesome. Very cool. Yep, a lot of good Fugal folks out there. I know that a lot of them came over and joined the Prepper Nurse 1 family, and I appreciate that. A lot of good people. So before we jump off here, because we're getting close to the end, it's almost 20 after, I want to absolutely thank my moderators who continue and work tirelessly to make sure the chat stays clean. They do a fantastic job. So thank you guys. I appreciate what you do. You guys are absolutely awesome. You do a wonderful job, and you really make the chat nice for everybody. A lot of great questions today, guys. Thank you all for the donations as well. And I want you to remember, too, all the donations go back into the homestead. When I make whatever money I get, I'm putting it back in here to make things better here, so I can share more with you guys, so I can show you more and stuff like that. So I do really appreciate it all. It really does mean a lot to me, and I appreciate that support. Hey, Asif, on a cloudy or rainy day, do you charge your batteries with your generator? I do have the generator, and that is used as a backup. If we don't bring enough power in, then we do use the generator as a backup. The idea with the new batteries that I'm getting, I'm going to be able to run on these new batteries with, I'm going to be able to take them down to a 20% charge, where the lead acid batteries, you can only take them down to a 50% charge. And I will go over all of that as well. With the new batteries, I'm going to be able to go 3 days without solar and have power. And that's going to make life much, much better, and a lot less generator use because of that. And we're coming into the time of year where we have abundance of power. So I definitely needed to up my battery bank so that we would have a much better system. And that's what we're doing. And so that's what we're working on. And like I said, I got a lot of projects that I want to try to get done this year. And we're going to try to bang out a bunch of stuff as we can. Oh, I did want to let people know, too, really quickly before I jumped off. I talked about doing the motorcycle tours this year. Hey, Mac, not bad spelling, but excellent phonics. There you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thanks for the donation as well. I was going to do 4 tours this year with the company that's out of the UK. The first 2 tours in the beginning of June, at the end of June, have already been canceled. People have canceled their tours, and so I'm not going to be doing those 2 tours. Hey, Marfugal TV, life will be different from now on. Love your family. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I agree with you 100%. Life will be different. It absolutely will be. And like I said, we need to support each other. We need to be there for each other. And I implore you guys, try to help people if you can. I think it's really, really important. I'm going to. That's my goal. There's a lot of good people up here where I live. And so, again, the more people that you help, or people that are going to have your back, hopefully in that crisis situation. And I think that's really, really important. So anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here now. Remember, we are all in this together. That really is important, and I do mean that. We really are. We're a huge family. We're all over the place, and we really can make that difference. Remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important to tell the people that we care about how we feel every day. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. If I didn't get to your comment tonight, guys, I'm sorry. We get over 3,000 people in the chat, and it's just going so fast and a lot of questions. So I tried to answer a bunch of questions, that I could get to. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And I hope everybody has a great night, okay? I will talk to you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.